Content over everything.
My brother, question.
You're having a conversation now.
I heard somebody accuse you. You hate Muslim. Is that true?
No, I don't hate Muslims.
Can you make? Can you just
come up to me and
Everyone,
say
you come over here.
underneath my turban I got a piece of shit there? Do you think I'm gonna be happy?
do you
I get abused every weekend. You know, people call me effing dirty.
do you have respect for
People have like
Muslim?
said about my turban. People, yeah, but it's non-stop. Even just now, old Omar said to me in front of these people that underneath my turban I got a piece of shit. There was a police there, yeah? There's a police there, so this is why I'm for freedom of speech.
Okay.
I could have gone to the police shit and got him arrested, but I didn't.
My brother.
I didn't, so I live by my principles.
Do you Sikh? Do you think all Sikhs they are same as you? Or
No,
same?
no, I'm an individual.
Okay.
I'm not part of the
so
collective.
do you have respect?
I do not represent Sikhs. I represent myself.
So the
and
one
if people don't like me, that's their problem.
So the one who said you were in shirt, did he present it?
All right, there's
Muslim?
another guy that
No,
called
no,
me.
you're
every-
talking and you talking
Yeah,
again.
go on.
Do you think he presented all Muslim or
No, he
presented
doesn't.
himself?
No.
Exactly. So it's nothing to do with Muslims in a religion.
All right, last 2 weeks ago, someone said effing dirty Sikh to me.
Somebody.
Another Muslim said to me, Sikh, you can't take your turban off until you kill Muslims.
Okay.
Yeah, and blood. Yeah. Another person said to me, sort your turban out. Another person said to me, all separate people, all Muslims, said to me, don't go and eat cow. Go and eat cow. But what I'm saying to you, if a pattern keeps on reoccurring, and I keep on hearing things, what do you think I'm going to think?
Okay,
I'm not saying all
can I
Muslims.
give you more? Can I
I'm
give
not
you
saying all
more?
Muslims,
Can I
but
give you
there is a bullying
Can you give me a
tactic
chance to say
and a
something?
way of intimidating and belittling people in speakers'
Can you give me something to say? Look, those people who told you all these things, very hard things, the same people telling Muslim people same things as well. So we call them, is in my opinion, are extremism Muslims.
Yeah,
Listen, my
they were
brother,
normal
listen, my
guys to
brother.
me.
You have to recognize the differences between the Wahhabis, the Wahhabism, who are extremism, and the other different, my brother, the other different
These are
Muslims.
normal dudes,
Exactly.
not Wahhabis.
I talked
walking
with-
around
I talked with-
insulting me left, right,
I
centre about my
talked with-
faith.
my brother.
Go onto the comments on YouTube, yeah, and see how
Too
many
much.
disgusting comments against
Too much.
me, yeah, and
much.
Sikhs. Every single comment from a Muslim is degrading,
I'm a Muslim. Do you
degrading
think
the
I'm-
good and I don't care.
Listen.
Yeah, I'm not soft-skinned like Muslims,
I'm
yeah. I don't wear my panties every time someone says something, yeah. So you don't need to grow up a bit, yeah, and be man. And when you come to Speaker's Corner, when
brother.
people come to Speaker's Corner, yeah,
Do you have-
you are going to hear offensive things. I heard someone being very offensive. How did I react? Didn't say nothing. I said, Omar, oh, you're out of order.
So my brother,
I could have got him on. I
My
could have got him
brother,
arrested. if
I
wanted
wanted to stand up here, same as everybody who heard this extremism thing, and say those people who belong to this Wahhabism.
They're not all
No, my
Wahhabis,
brother,
though. You can't
my
say
brother.
that.
Let me just finish.
Because you can't say that because I know not all of them are Wahhabis. I've seen
Okay.
them before in the park and they're not.
But they're not. But do
They are,
you?
they are Muslims. Sunni Muslims mainly, not Shias.
Because you're a Sikh.
Oh,
Not
okay.
Shias.
So
not
hate 'cause you're a
Shias. I'm going to
Sikh,
clarify
bro.
something. Shias here behave impeccably. So I have no problem with
So
Shias.
now try you want to make a division as well.
No, I'm not trying
They
to
try
make
to
division.
divide people,
No,
Sunni,
we're not.
Shia, to
whenever
make trouble.
hold on, it's not about trouble.
Exactly.
If I meet 10 Shias and those Shias are not disrespectful
Well,
to
I'm a
me,
Shia, but I don't want to call
I'm
myself.
not,
I'm
not
Muslim.
disrespectful to me.
Talking about Sikhism, yeah, the philosophy of Sikhism is to recognise the human race as one. So we're not allowed to segregate when that's against our culture.
I don't see you as a Muslim. I see you as a person.
I'm seeing Tan. I'm seeing Tan. I talked to Tan.
Hold on.
Tan is not differences than those people said to you hard things. They both extreme.
I've said to Tan,
I
he's
say they're
extreme.
both extreme.
I've
I'm
condemned
sorry.
him as well.
Yeah.
And I've said to him, when he said the 1.6, 1.5 billion, I had to go to the police to find out if he crossed the line. Because I wasn't sure if he had crossed the line. The police said he hadn't. Because I didn't want to say anything. And I've condemned him a lot of times. Said, look, I don't agree with everything he says, but this is Speaker's Corner. You will hear things, yeah? This is the problem. This is what we need to
that's
discuss
against our
today,
culture
yeah?
as well. Sikhism,
We need to discuss
no
something
hate,
about
no
what is
flipping.
hate
We're not allowed to
and what
preach
is
hate.
free speech. Because I think all of us here, the reason we're having clashes,
No one's got a problem
why have we
with
got...
Sikhism. That's what time
So,
was to make everyone
hold
believe.
on. I'm not...
No one's got a problem
They
with
don't
time
have
'cause
problem
you're
with
Sikh.
Sikhism. They have
No.
problem with the Shiism.
You're light.
So
Hold on.
you always have problem,
We're
my
not here
brother.
doing
You always
dawah
have
like you
problem.
guys.
I heard this.
Sikhs are not here doing
I just-
dawah all day.
I just heard the young guy earlier said, "I'm not Shias. I'm not Shias."
Hold on, can I say something? If Sikhs are in the park doing dawah 24/7,
we
they will
have-
be confronted as well.
But still,
So that means
no hate, no
Why
fear.
do you speak about the Shia that come last?
I don't
week
speak
here?
about
That's
Shias, and
the
we're talking
Prophet's
generals.
wife.
What I'm saying, this kind of a group, they've been taught to hate everybody. It's not just. I'm saying the Wahhabism, they don't agree with anyone, only Wahhabis. This is why.
You can't just blame the Wahhabis because some
My brother,
Wahhabis are
Wah-
okay.
my bro-
I know
Wah-
there's some Wahhabis
My
are
brother,
okay, man.
I will tell you why. I'll tell you
I've
how.
met some decent Wahhabis, man.
I will tell you how.
Shamsi, Hussein, all of these guys are decent guys. I would hang out with them. Yeah, whatever he is, but they're not bad guys. So I won't say all Wahhabis are like that, because I chat to people individually.
I said what I think. You shouldn't tell me what I have to say.
But I'm just saying
thinking.
that you're...
That is my opinion. That's my opinion.
Can you define a Wahhabi?
The Wahhabism are the most extremism group in Muslims.
No.
The Wahhabism are... So they got upset now. They're getting upset. Wahhabism are... My brother, let me finish. The Wahhabism is not by accident Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram and ISIS, they're all Wahhabis. All Wahhabis, my friend.
But what I'm trying to say, on an individual level, I treat people as individuals, and I've met a lot of great Salafi and Wahhabis. They're nice guys, some of them are terrible, but I'm not going by...
I'm saying the source of Wahhabism.
Yeah, I agree with that. The source is a little bit extreme, but as individual people, there are some good Salafis here that I've met, and I cannot condemn them. Some of these people are condemning some of the... Oh, sorry if I say it wrong. I'm not doing it on purpose. I am actually really. No, I'm not really. But the thing is, I come in the park first year thinking all Salafis are terrorists. Now come out the park, I'm saying no, that's not true. Yeah. I thought they're all terrorists. Now I don't think that. I think there are some that are terrorists, but the others, some of them are trying to fight them, and some of them are moderate. They're a mix of them.
Raj, can you teach him what Wahhabi is?
Okay, no, don't worry.
No, please.
The people that follow the first companions of the Prophet, the first 300 years.
No. Wahhabi is different. My brother, so those people, let me talk, my brother.
Define it. Someone give me
those people who talk, you said they are extremism, they were using the source of Wahhabism to be extremism.
So can you please
what
define
is it?
Wahhabism?
Let me ask non-Muslim, do you hear about Wahhabism or extremism?
Can someone define it?
No.
Yeah. Do you hear about the Wahhabism, Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram and ISIS?
Al-Qaeda.
Are Wahhabis?
We're talking about Wahhabism.
Yeah, of course. So you Muslim, you want to deny that. You don't want to face the problem.
What do you mean? I'm not trying to face the problem.
You don't want to face the problem.
I want you to define it.
Exactly. We want you to define it.
Define
Simple.
Define what?
Define it.
Use that word over time.
Oh, really? This group is belong to Muhammad Abdul Wahhab.
Okay.
The scholar is from Saudi Arabia.
Abdul Wahhab.
Saudi Arabia.
Who is Muhammad Abdul Wahhab?
Listen, my brother. Listen, my brother.
A couple hundred years ago.
Oh, exactly. So what they do, they pretend they don't know Wahhabis. Oh, we don't know what's been Wahhabis. You know very well what's been Wahhabis.
Salafi.
No, not Salafi, Wahhabis. No, it's a different. The Salafis are different than Wahhabis.
Who's the Khawarij?
I don't call you Wahhabi.
The Khawarij in the crowd?
I saying these Muslims.
I think there might be.
I said Wahhabis is existent.
No, you pointed
at the Khawarij.
3 times. Am I wrong? So what do you call
Is any Muslim here, my brother? Is Wahhabis
Any
exist?
Khawarij in the group? Put your hand
Exist
up.
or not? Thank you very much.
Come and define Wahhabi. That's all I want to ask for.
Very much.
Have we worked that out yet? Don't get me up there, it does exist.
Exactly. So why you deny they know?
All I'm trying to say is that all I'm trying to say is
people here
hold
don't
on.
understand.
Hold on. Can I say something to the guy? One of the beauties of Speaker's Corner is that you can adjust your behaviour and start talking to people like human beings. There are people I disagree with massively, like Shamsi and them lot. But as people, as human beings, they're good people. Like I can talk to him. I'm going to probably go to a mosque with him. I'm going to meet up with him outside of Speaker's Corner because I want to learn a bit more. Yeah, it's true. I've already spoken to him. Because because you need to know, yeah. Everybody has a preconception what's happening in a mosque. I don't know what's in there, so I want to see it. Yeah, I won't come up with the shahada though. That's never.
So why did you go in there?
So
See it?
Do you
no,
know?
because I didn't feel comfortable. I need something to come. So what I'm trying to say to you is that. Somebody could be a Salafi, someone could be a Sunni, someone could be a Shia, someone could be a Sufi. But I'm treating people as an individual, yeah. This is the problem with problem, yeah. When people come here, they start to label it. Even I was guilty of that. I said all Salafis are terrorists. Then I met Shams and I met other Salafis.
We're not Salafis.
And they were condemning. And the thing is, and then
My brother,
so what I'm trying to say, it's not as simple as one sect or one people are bad.
Long statement. It's not accidentally. It's not accidentally Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram,
making that
and
argument,
ISIS. My brother, and ISIS, they all using source of Wahhabis.
You're not listening to what
It's
I'm
not
saying.
accident.
I'm saying
It's
that
not
I can
accident.
disagree with an ideology, but the person, if I get on with them and it's Salafi, I
I'm
get on
done.
with them. They might be a good person. You can't just say Salafi and they're evil.
ISIS is
Everyone here knows what ISIS is.
Muslims practicing
Let's talk
source
more
of
about
Wahhabis.
Abdul Wahhab.
See, I'm trying to be proactive, and everyone's condemning me. Now I'm like, oh, why is not being nice? I'm trying to open my eyes here and look at people as human beings and go to like. Yeah, I'm a hippie, man. I'm a hippie.
done now.
Yeah. I might come with my hair open. No, I won't ever do that. But Yeah, we'll no, but I'm just saying, everybody needs to
So
start.
why you got? Let me say something. Why some Muslim here got upset when we talking against extremism and ISIS?
No.
Why you get so upset?
Oh, can I give you an example? Yeah? Can I give you an example, bro?
What's your name?
No, let me say.
No.
The thing is,
There's a lot of people here that don't understand.
Oh, really?
I judge people by their actions.
I want to say something.
Hold on.
Wait. I want to say something.
I think the thing is, I think the reason that he doesn't want us to talk
He's the
about
white man. Let him have his chance.
Let me want to talk.
I think the reason
I'm PC. I'm on PC.
Freedom of speech.
I think the reason that you didn't want us to talk about extremism is because I think that there's a common understanding that extremism isn't a problem of Islam, it's a problem of Western policy in the Middle East, whether that be from.
I don't understand that.
Or is it a problem against everyone?
For example, the CIA funding the overthrowing of Dr. Mossadegh in Iran in 1951, all the way through to the CIA funding mercenaries in.
Get it.
Can I?
Let's get it. He does research.
Can I make more than that?
Yeah, please.
Extremism was a plan for the last 25 years between America and Saudi Arabia. Money of Saudi Arabia to build mosques in a freedom country to breed. Let me just finish. To breed this a new version. It's not by accident that majority of a British Muslim who join ISIS, they're all 20s, they're all born here. Same as in French, same as in Germany, so that means was a plan to breed
you can
a
have
new
it
version
for
of
tan.
extremism to fight this American. It's about results, about next results of the world, the gas. The gas in Syria and Iran and Qatar and Russia, they want to control the gas, you cannot ship it, you have to buy it. So they want to control the road of the gas. And if America bring the gas to Europe, Russia will collapse because Russia is a big supplier of the gas to Europe. So it's still the war between Russia and America using extremism Muslim to killing each other or dividing people.
That's effectively what I was saying.
I think people are losing the message of what I'm trying to say is that everyone. You can agree to disagree. There are people here that are going to have ideologies you may hate, but if you sit down with someone and have a chat and you get on with them, you get on with them.
Yes.
And that's as simple as that. I sit with Salafis at McDonald's afterwards.
No, my brother,
if we talk about religion, we may argue.
No.
But we can talk first, and then discuss our problems afterwards. The problem with the Speaker's Corner has become like, I disagree with you, and we want to fight you now. Oh, you're evil, you're this and you're that. I've been guilty of it as well. I've called Salafis and Muslims all bad or all evil, and now I've changed my mind over time. And people say I'm a snake. It's not being a snake, it's being a human being and growing. I could change my mind from last week. Yeah, that's because I'm a free thinker. If someone tells me something, like Shamsi said to me, not all Salafis at 6 months ago, not all Salafis are bad. I looked into his history and he goes all the week here trying to condemn ISIS and stuff, not just here, all over the place. So I've seen from his actions, not just his words, that what he says is true. Yeah, and I've got to commend. And he's one of the only Muslims with Paul that have confronted people like Abdul Hakim and them lot. And all of these people, and I've condemned them. Yeah, Shamsi and all of those guys, And so you've got to give them credit where credit's due. You can't just keep on bashing them all the time and saying they're all bad. Because they're still going to be here. They're still going to be Salafis.
I think the problem is...
Or Salafis, I'm not sure what
I think the problem is you generalizing majority of people.
Everybody does that.
They don't put the problem, they don't put the finger who's creating the problem.
I'm not saying that Wahhabism
my brother, if we put in our finger say, these people created the problem, no, I mean you.
The white people. Turn the camera.
I don't mean that. I don't mean that.
So the white people don't talk loud enough.
I don't mean white people, my brother. I've
got a terrible sense of humour. So
you're white, you have to shout like
we have to agree. We have a problem.
I'm not. I like the guy. He's all right. We're not mates though. I just get on with it.
So we have to agree. We have a problem in our religion with this extremism.
You're not understanding what I'm saying. I'm saying
we suffering from them more than you, my brother.
I'm not saying that the Wahhabis are good. I'm saying people are good. Individuals.
He doesn't understand the whole concept.
So I'm not looking at his Salafi.
I think both of you misconstrued the idea of terrorism. You know what I'm saying? Terrorists, can only be hired by governments. You understand? Hillary Clinton has already confessed. To setting up these organisations, so it has nothing to do with the religion.
Exactly.
You understand?
This is
a front, isn't it?
All I'm trying to say is a very simple thing. I meet someone, I like them.
Right.
If I don't care what your ideology, I will argue with you. But if I like you, I like you. You're a human being, and I'll get on with you. So when people keep on saying, "Oh, all Salafis are bad," or "all this person are bad,"
don't say all
well,
Salafis, I say
I'm just saying
they're
as a-
using the
I'm not
source
saying that. I'm
of
just saying that as a
Salafi.
broad generalization.
Can I say that again?
Hold on.
They're using the
I'm just saying
source
as a broad
of
generalization,
Salafis.
just as an example.
So have you
that
got a problem with
I said that
or
myself.
Wahhabis or Khawarij?
I said it to myself that all Salafis are bad, but they're not. I've met a lot of great Salafis who are good people whose ideology,
So
whose
you're
ideology.
generalizing things again and again
I'm
and
a human
again.
being though, so I generalize sometimes. I'm not perfect. Everybody generalize.
I understand what
Can you believe that? Can you see that? He said it. Did you hear that? Film when he said that. You need to zoom into his face.
Raj is breaking it.
You need to zoom into his
My
face.
brother,
Agreed, Raj, yes.
also of the government creating this terrorist group,
Right.
they need ideology. To
Right.
go
Let
in
him
with
say
it.
that. Come here,
You
look.
understand?
need to
The
zoom in,
ideologies
yeah?
already
Compliment me.
exist there, so easy to use
First time
it.
he's actually talking more sense than somebody
See,
else.
look at that.
It's a reality.
First time I get so much abuse from this guy.
You never get abuse from me, man. You never get abuse.
Oh, you did. You called me a lot of derogatory words. You said sorry. You said sorry afterwards. And I said he's got a fetish for pigeons and he masturbates over them. So, I'm sorry, but that's what I said back to you.
Of the war from
See, I always go.
That's it.
We know that all the groups are over in Syria.
Why be
But
so
they're probably just over there, busting some shots in the air. You get what I'm saying? We don't know what's going on over there. You get what I'm saying? It's a big party. Because how can you have so many different forces in one land and the whole place is not destroyed?
You
yet?
can-
Yeah,
But you
it
can
makes
ask-
sense.
but you
You
can
know what I'm
ask-
saying?
okay,
Man's
ask-
having tea,
ask
being
my
cooling
brother.
out. And then when someone phones man and says, okay, you lot are ISIS, you know, spice it up a little bit.
but
You
you
know
need-
what I'm saying? Kneel
but-
someone down and pretend like you're going to, yeah?
But
You know what I'm saying?
you need to ask yourself.
Because you got Russia in there, you've got all these other people in there, but the place should be destroyed already.
but you
The
need-
argument should be done.
We really need to understand one
Mm.
thing. Who do you have a problem with? Is it Salafis?
So again,
As the
I have.
Taliban,
You ask a question. That's a good question. You ask a question. Where I have a problem. I'm from Iraq. Then you ask a question. Let me need to answer the question. I have a problem with those people who killing other people.
all do.
Let me answer your question. Who's killing other people by name of Islam? And we all know they're using source of Wahhabism to practice what they do in every single. For example.
But define Wahhabism again. We're back to this first
My brother,
point.
just get away from this. You know what I mean Wahhabism?
Yeah, but hold on one second. Where is this implemented? It's easy to say, but where is it implemented?
Okay.
Like say, yeah, ISIS, we're here, we've taken over an area, yeah, and then we're going to use this Wahhabi ideology.
Okay.
That's what you're saying, yeah?
I'll give you an example.
You know what I'm saying?
I will give you an example.
Yeah.
I will give you an example.
He can't define
In
it.
north of Iraq, they killed all the men and took all the women as a slave.
Kurdistan, yeah.
Just let me talk. So you know. So you know.
Asking you. I thought you said
So
North
you
Iraq.
know.
So maybe glad to
So you know they practicing.
But you know why? You know why they wanted to conquer the north? If you look at the north of Iraq, so you look at the two most oil-rich parts of what's now known as Iraq,
Right.
which are Mosul and Baghdad, they're all suspiciously in the north, which was Kurdistan.
Right.
And so the oil interests of Iraq were in the north, which was formerly Kurdistan.
Right.
So they go in, they rape and kill everybody, and they take over. And oil is this underlying thing in the Middle East. The problem that you have in Syria is a proposed natural gas pipeline,
Right.
which is supposed to go through Syria.
That's right.
There's no other way for it to go. The Russians, we're dependent on Gazprom's natural gas, and Russia is an ally with Assad. He's
Right.
not a bad person, he's a perfectly normal guy trying to defend the interests of his own country.
Right.
And that's what's going on in the world. But people will say, oh no, it can't be about oil, that's a conspiracy theory. But you can look back in history over the last 120 odd years, and oil has always played such a significant part in particularly Western politics. And the US government has funded various people, whether
That's
it be ISIS, the CIA overthrowing Mossadegh in Iran, all of these sorts of things have all come of the US government wanting to ensure that their market for oil is as stable as it can be, so there are no disruptions in supply.
So the real terrorist is the US foreign policy.
Yes, it is. Absolutely, yeah.
We done.
Yeah.
We have.
Every day of the week. Every day of the week,
But then
man.
also
And also US and Israel as well.
they're pro-Israel, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Israel. For security of Israel.
You look at their history. And actually, the biggest terrorist is England, bro. What about Hezbollah? Biggest terrorist is England, period.
Listen, also what he said, the next result of the world is the
That's my
gas.
question.
And the gas, the big field of the gas is
Bahrain.
between Qatar and Iran. The
Okay.
biggest field.
Oh, you forgot drugs.
The war,
Opium.
that
Right.
Which is why in the US you look at all the people that are dependent on opioids like OxyContin.
Right.
Where does that come from? If you go to Afghanistan, why is there an American soldier there with a gun
Right.
standing up?
Right.
And
Straight
you've
up.
got
It's the
a
setup.
pharmaceutical company run by the Sackler family who donate to art galleries on the other side of the park here, and museums here in London, and they're worth billions and billions of dollars off people's dependency on opioids.
Like I said, Britain and America are the invaders. That's what they do.
The real war in Syria, the main reason the war in Syria, because America, they asked Qatar to bring the gas through Syria.
It's the Iran-Iraq Syria pipeline.
No,
there's another one as well.
Before that. Yeah. Biggest field of gas is between Qatar and Iran.
Yeah.
So is America, they want to get the gas from Qatar because the gas, as I said, you have to buy it. You can't ship it. They have to go through Syria. Syria said no, because if the gas come over here, Russia will collapse. Syria, a friend of Russia. This is why they claim war, name of democracy and freedom. If they really want to do freedom and democracy, they should go and change the regime of Saudi Arabia. It's the most dictator regime in the world. And this regime even not allowed women even to drive.
And the thing
but you can't spank your parents.
Exactly, but this people, this regime is a friend of America.
You know why they won't? You know why they won't do anything about Saudi Arabia? You know why they won't integrate Saudi Arabia? Because everybody thinks. So if you talk about Aramco, so Saudi Arabian oil company, everyone will go Aramco and they'll say, okay, well Aramco is a state oil company owned by the Saudis. Aramco is not, it's shorthand for the Arabian American oil company. And so it's owned by, in oil there's the Seven Sisters, so ExxonMobil, which used to be Standard Oil, which was John D. Rockefeller. They have a 51% stake in Aramco. And so for them to turn around and say, okay, we're going to overthrow you, the Saudis could just turn around and the House of Saud could say, okay, well, we're going to nationalise Aramco's, like the American stake in this oil company, and you're going to lose out on trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars, and also we'll just cut you off. So whether it was in the 70s, the OPEC embargo of oil based on the US being pro-Israel and supporting them, and when the Egyptians and the Syrians invaded, that sort of situation again, where you just lock them out of oil market. You say, okay, you need oil for your armies, for your navies, for your cars, for your industry, for all of these things. You just turn around, you can switch off the tap and say, fine. And you know that oil company that you own 51% of, you can forget about that as well. Goodbye, F off, see you later.
And also, if America control the road of gas, China will collapse as well, because China is the biggest user of the gas. They go from Iran, from...
but they have their own oil now, unfortunately. They have the biggest company.
But there's not enough because China is too big. They're producing a lot. They've got a lot of products.
So in oil, there's upstream and there's downstream. So upstream is taking it out of the ground, and downstream is refineries. So China is dependent on oil being taken out of the ground in the Middle East or in Russia or in Central Asia like Kazakhstan. So you can have a refinery. It'd be like if you own a bakery. If you don't have a field of wheat and flour coming into your bakery, there's no point in having a bakery.
Straight.
Yeah.
Obviously.
But people don't understand this. People don't understand oil politics in particular.
I think it's all a conspiracy.
When you talk about it, everyone goes, "Oh, it's a conspiracy theory." When it's
religion has got nothing to do with it. You get me? All this talk in the last 10 minutes, I heard nothing about Islam.
It's excuse for America to be there.
How come all that? 10 minutes we just talked,
What's that?
and religion wasn't mentioned.
That's the root of the problem.
Only Wahhabism.
What do you mean?
Wahhabism wasn't even mentioned.
What do you mean?
I think
They just
I said earlier, America using this extremism.
It's foreign policy.
This extremism to make excuse for America to be there fighting extremism, but they're not really. They created them to be there for excuse for America to be there to control them.
Right. So who's the extremist?
The extremism, America, the most extremism.
We know the biggest
Might is right, the law of the jungle on this planet. Yeah, the law of the jungle.
You see this ISIS, this all working for America.
If you're powerful, you just annihilate the others. Simple as that.
That's exactly what
Even if they don't know it directly, they are working for America.
They don't know.
No,
the leader.
Terrorism
The leaders know, but the people on the ground they don't know.
The leaders don't even know.
Oh no, they know.
The leaders,
They know.
the leaders that are
Head
there
of
for
ISIS, according to Russian intelligence agencies, they think he's a Jewish, been training for what you call it, Mossad for a long time to make him as a leader.
The leaders is one of the ones that's broken down by the US government.
Also, this guy, he was in a prison, in American prison in Iraq for years. they free him to be head of ISIS. No, my friend, nothing come from nothing. Nothing come from nothing.
People don't listen. One of the things about Putin and Putin's commentary on the situation in Syria, people, it's not that they don't listen to it, it's because he doesn't speak English. So if you want to hear Putin's opinion, you have to go on YouTube, look at a Russian TV channel, put the subtitles on in order to try and understand his position on it. And because that's not accessible, you just see, the one-sided, tendentious, biased, things that we see in the media through the BBC and the Daily Mail and the Sun and all these Western media outlets that make it out that Syria, we need to intervene in Syria because Assad is a dictator, which he's not. He's a democratically elected leader of a country that's trying to stop the US from interfering. And the guy over here just said he walked off, but he said the best way to sort of destroy somebody is just go in and annihilate them. But the best way in US foreign policy is to have them annihilate themselves.
Exactly. That's right.
So you go and you divide and conquer. And you pay mercenaries to take apart a country.
No, that's excellent.
That's what I say. The American and British are the cleverest people on planet Earth. They do it all the time. All the time, bro.
Tony Blair, until Gaddafi turned around with his sovereign wealth fund and he said, you know what, I don't want Goldman Sachs to be in charge of my sovereign wealth fund. And then what did he say? He said, I'm going to start selling my oil in gold. We're going to establish a global oil currency backed by gold. And then the US and Tony Blair just around the corner, they all turned around and said, okay, well, you don't want to give us your money, you don't want to let us manage it, you want to sell oil in not our money.
He wanted to go back.
They're jackers, brother. They're jackers. They're jackers.
But the problem is people don't believe. People don't
Well,
establish
my
their own
brother, but
opinion.
that doesn't mean we have just accused America
Because
for all the
where does
problem
their
we
wealth
have. No,
come
my
from?
brother.
All of their wealth is paper.
We have a soldier.
They don't have
my brother,
any natural
we have a
wealth.
soldier.
That's why they're in
we
these
have a
spaces,
soldier on the
taking
ground.
over their thing.
We have a soldier on the ground. They're fighting there. They're making mess the name of our religion as well. So we cannot just blame those people. So it's a combination. So we just don't say, oh, it's just America. No, America is a big one, but they have players there playing the game. They're doing.
This all started years and years and years ago from the Iraqi bombers and all of these things. It didn't just come up with ISIS.
The problem with the oil.
As I said, the plan for a long time.
Yeah,
it was a plan for a long time.
It's systematically been put in place.
Yeah,
The people started like Sunni, Shia, whatever. That's in America's interest.
There's not Sunni Shia in Libya. There's not Sunni Shia as well.
But all the fighting is in their interest because that's good for them.
The Dutch basically came in and
of course,
broke up the Ottoman Empire after they were defeated
they want to keep them
around,
big
sort of First World War.
Actually,
in
in Syria there's not Sunni and Shia.
a
Majority
Turkish
of people are
petroleum
Sunni.
company, which then
Majority of
became
the
the
military
Iraqi petroleum
forces
company.
in Syria
And
are
that's
Sunni.
where this whole thing
So
started.
when people talk about
there's
Sunni and
even
Shia, it's
in
easy to
America,
bring people beside you
There's a state
to fight and get in on and on.
It's untouchable oil reserves.
Nothing
Why
is
is
about
that?
Sunni and Shia.
Because they know that when these oils run out, the only land that they can take it from is themselves. That's it.
They keep it for
Of
emergency
course. So second, they're vacuuming it from
Also,
other lands.
they discovering oil now in the Sea of Syria. Gas is they said about 38% of the resource of the gas for future in the Sea of the Syria Sea now. So that is a main reason for fighting. And also Israel have no road for access to the gas because it has gone through Syria. Because they want to change the regime of Syria, so they can get access to for Israel, and also they can get access to from gas from Qatar to Europe. It's nothing to do with religion.
You gotta watch what you say though. You might have to cover your face in the future. You know that.
Yeah, I know.
Nice to talk to
It's
you.
chief, man.
What's your name?
Anyway.
Sadiq. Sam.
Content over everything. From your belly. Man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to I.
Hold on. Listen. I'll put it on here now. Hey, shut up. You lot come here. Right, that's what you lot come here and stand here, yeah? Right, so you're in guerrilla world. When you stand around this, it's guerrilla world. There's no shouting around us to black. One at a time. Yeah? You know that? Well, it's guerrilla you're dealing with. So, round me, don't talk.